Hi, welcome to Christine's Corner. My special guest today is Peter Peluso. He is playing the accordion for us today. How long have you been playing the accordion?
Let's see. Should have done the math by now, but I started when I was 7 and I'm 74 now, so that's,
yeah.
I'll let
yeah.
out there do the
figure it out. Yeah.
But a long time.
Yeah.
To put it that way.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't start with off with a big.
Oh no, we start with a very small, and then as we get, especially at 7 years old.
Oh, 7, yeah.
No, this
right?
didn't come along until I was in high school.
High school?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean something this big.
Yeah.
So.
Do you also was in the youth theater and the Plainville
Choral Society, yes. Conducted them and directed them for a number of years. That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good, it's a good group. It's a good group. Well, of course, you've been with us. So.
Yes. The shows and plays and
yeah,
it was great. So, are you with an accordion group now?
Yeah, I'm presently conducting. Well, until COVID is over, but before COVID, right. And I'm probably after COVID. I was conducting the Connecticut Accordion Orchestra, and we're about 25 players from the Connecticut Accordion Association, and. They come in, but not only people from Connecticut, but there's some people from New York.
From New York,
in
too.
New York, they come down, and there's a couple people from Massachusetts that come and join us.
Wow. So
it's open. Yeah, only requirement is you have to be able to read music. That's it. Otherwise, there's no audition.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear you play. What are you playing for us?
I'm going to be playing music that was featured by Myron Floren, who was the accordionist. For those of you that might remember the old Lawrence Welk show, he was the accordionist that was featured pretty much almost every week on the show, and he was probably in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Probably the most well-known accordionist in this country. So because of television,
right? Of course.
There were a lot of wonderful accordionists there at the time, but I'm getting this ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
A lot of wonderful accordionists at the time, but because he was on television every week,
right?
He was like a household word. But he was also a fine accordionist, very wonderful. So I'm going to be doing a lot of the numbers that he did on the show, as well as things that he's played as a concert artist.
Okay.
Okay. Well, he was born in 1919 and in South Dakota, of all places. South Dakota, of all places.
Wow.
But he was Norwegian, so he come from that. He took started piano lessons when he was 6, and his father bought him accordion, and he taught himself to play that. And then he did like most of us. We play for fairs and social events and things like that. And after college, he went into the USO, played for the USO during World War II, entertaining troops.
Yep.
And then when he came back, he formed his own band. And then one day, his band was playing all over the country. He happened to be in St. Louis. And Lawrence Welk was also there with his orchestra, and him and his band went to see them. And Welk spotted him in the audience, and asked him to come up on stage and play. And so this is what he played. He played probably what became the accordionist theme song that nobody plays anymore because you can't take it. It's called "Lady of Spain."
Okay. Yes.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. Well, Welk was a sharp businessman. And I think what he said once he heard him play, and he was such a hit with the crowd, he decided better hire the guy rather than compete against him.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
and that started a long association between these two men for years that lasted until they both passed away.
So it's a good business choice over 30 years.
Oh yeah, it was from 1950 to 1980. They were on television.
Wow.
They had every Saturday night. So.
Did he play his own music, or?
He played
Or did he
mostly
write
played
any?
other things that were popular at that particular time, especially for the instrument, and
Okay.
as well as pop tunes, that were current. But he did pieces like this. This is called Dizzy Fingers.
Okay. Yes, very good.
Yeah, it's a fun piece.
Yeah.
And that was very typical of a lot of the stuff that he was featured on.
So lively and bouncy.
Exactly, and it's upbeat, and it's a lot of fingers.
Yeah.
That was kind of a signature for him. In 1947, but he also, in the off season when the show wasn't on the air, this is in the days of live television, so there was no taping. I mean, that was it. So, but anyway, he would go around the country concertizing, playing concerts. And in 1947, probably his biggest achievement, in 1947, he played a concert in New York City's Town Hall, which was a concert venue for many concert artists at that time. In 1947, and he would play songs like Dizzy Fingers and Lady of Spain, but he also played things like popular classics like this. This is entitled Chartis.
Wow, it's like you're telling a story.
It does. It's a wonder, and it was pretty much violinists did it, but of course he transcribed it for the accordion.
Yeah.
You know, and so and it was, and all these numbers, believe it or not, were very popular on the radio. You hear these things. I know it's hard to believe. What?
Right?
Yeah. No. They were. They were featured, or they were featured by various artists, like the old Ed Sullivan Show and things like that. People were placing stuff like that.
It sounded like I was in an Italian place in the beginning,
Yeah.
a restaurant, and then it just changed stories.
Oh,
and
absolutely. It tells a wonderful story. That's very nice. You know, I never thought of it that way, but you're right. It does tell a wonderful story.
Yeah.
Probably one of the ones on the Welk Show, this was probably one of the numbers that was requested by the audience, all of it. And it's called Tico Tico.
Very nice.
Okay, got to keep going because we're
got
getting the
10
10-minute warning here.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, and of course, one of the all-time favorites was the clarinet polka.
It's quite a bounce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's fun. And included in, and even on the Welk show, included, and just, oh, by the way, I think if we could get this, in one of the cameras here, this was one of the recordings. He did a lot of recordings. He made a lot of records, vinyl, of course, but
You're right. That was then.
and this was some of the numbers that he did in the 1947 concert in Town Hall. And in fact, what I'd like to do is he did classical pieces also as well. This is on the program, and it's called Dance of the Comedians. It's from an opera called The Barter Bride by the Czech composer Frederick Smetana.
Bravo.
Yeah, it's also fun. That's a fun piece as well. And last, this is actually a piece that he did write. Okay, and this was very, very popular thing to do is to take a well-known piece, maybe some classical or semi-classical, and jazz it up a little bit.
Oh.
This is called the Skater's Waltz and Swing.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
When we heard him, when he played that a couple of times on the Welk show, and we said,
Yeah.
"Gotta learn it.
Yeah.
Gotta learn that
Right?
one. Yeah, gotta
Yeah.
learn that piece." And actually, where we went, a lot of other accordionists in my age bracket, you know, they all knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those pieces we just had to learn.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
He was great. You can still see clips of him on YouTube. They have features. You know, just type in his name on YouTube and all sorts of like, showing one number from the show that he was playing on. So you can still, which is kind of nice because you can still see and hear him play.
oh,
And to
nice.
see him play
Yeah.
with be there as a soloist or with the band accompanying him.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was a big influence on a lot of us back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 30 years, I mean,
Yeah.
he's
And it
got to be
was-
some kind of player.
Yeah, and the Welk show was very popular. There's actually Welk actually had 2 shows on at one time, Thursday night and Saturday night.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
don't
that's how
remember that.
popular he was.
Wow.
And of course, Welk and Floren was featured all the time. So, yeah, the only reason they took him off the air is because ABC felt they didn't want to appeal to the older crowd. They wanted,
no.
wanted to appeal to the younger people. So otherwise, he would have
He'd
been on
still
much
be
longer.
playing.
Yeah,
Well, not
so-
now, but
Yeah, that's so that what they did was Welk went to PBS and had a show, clips, showed
Yeah.
him sitting on his front porch talking about the band, and we played this and we did that and that. And when Welk passed away, Floren took over for a number of years and hosted the show.
oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So he
don't remember
continued.
that.
I think from what I can read about him, he kept playing and doing things right up to the end.
Wow.
So yeah, he passed away in 2013, so not too long ago.
No, that's not that.
Yeah,
that
it was
long.
like we figured it must have been like 95.
Wow.
So
We lived long.
yeah, he was. It was a long, good life, and he was, from what I know, people that have met him said he was a really nice, just a very nice man,
Wow.
and accomplished as well as accomplished performer.
Yeah. Well, thank you for bringing on your
Oh.
accordion and playing the wonderful music
Oh,
and,
thanks.
and telling us the story about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Thought it
Lawrence Welk, everybody knows Lawrence Welk.
Well, we hope so.
Yeah.
at least
Well,
in our
our
age
generation.
bracket,
Yeah.
But I know a lot of younger folks. They go, who?
Right.
But that's okay. It was. It was a good show. It was very entertaining, and that's what it was supposed to be. Just an entertaining show.
And there was live shows then too.
And it was live, so whatever you saw, mistakes and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of clips of Floren. He goofed a little bit,
Yeah.
Hey,
I think that's more. I think that's fun anyway. So
absolutely.
yeah,
It's
it just shows original. Everybody makes mistakes, and you just
absolutely.
keep going.
I think it's more. Yeah, I think there was one time I remember watching. Welk wasn't probably watching what he was doing. He walked. The camera was on the band, and he walked right in front of it, and he goes, "Boom," like that. It's like,
Oops.
yep. It happens.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have one more song for us to end out our?
Sure. Just to take you out here.
Yep.
If I can get my thing up here again, if we don't run out of time. And This is called the Pennsylvania polka.
Okay. Wow, bravo.
Yeah.
It sounds just like you was saying Pennsylvania polka when you're doing it.
Yep.
So you can actually hear the words.
Yeah. Of course, the accordion is associated with polka music. Okay, and so.
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, great. This was great. Thank you so much for having me. I always enjoyed doing these shows with you.
Oh, yeah. I love having you coming over, and maybe, like I said, when things get better, we can go to you. All your accordion players.
Oh yeah, maybe sometime.
That would be great.
Yeah, because I remember that's right. You taped the orchestra
one
once.
of them.
You taped the orchestra once. Yep.
Yep.